Amen. I'm DeAndre. I'm definitely an addict. I'm definitely me. First and foremost, I always want to give thanks to God for the days afforded me, for us all. I have 18 months myself today.
All right.
Grateful for that today. And I say that because I've struggled in a lot of areas in my process, and I give graces to God, man, for minds of men, because it helped to elevate me in my mind, helped me to elevate me in my process, to help me, to adventures into different waters and try different things in my process. And that word right there, I took out my vocabulary. Try. I'm going to do it this time around. By all means necessary. And by what I mean by I'm going to do it by all means necessary, I'm going to keep innovating new things in my process. And today, we're going to innovate into our process, the recovery cookbook. And with that recovery cookbook, there's a lot of things that sits in that recovery cookbook. And one of the biggest one is the read. We designed this out in Washington, D.C. We go out there to a program called Some, So Others May Eat. And we travel out there quite a bit to speak out there. And we came up with this, the revisit. Go back to what we have missed, to start all over again. Who has problem with starting all over? Who hates starting all over? Yeah. A lot of time, no one wants to go back to ground zero. Why is that? Why nobody want to go back to ground zero?
Feel like a failure.
Feel like a failure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't even going nowhere.
You wasn't going anywhere?
Give me the chills going backwards.
So why do we? Quick question. I like to ask the hard questions. Why is it so hard to start back at ground zero? Why do we want to start somewhere in the middle and not go back to where we need to be, where we can? Go ahead.
Because we've already been through it. Like, we're just backtracking to what, we're not moving nowhere.
Okay.
We've been there. There's got to be more than just that.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Getting started is the hardest part.
Okay. Okay. And let me tell you, for me, starting back over this time again, it helped me to identify some of the things that I missed along the way the first time. And that's the good thing about going back to the beginning. But what happens a lot of times when we don't want to go back to the beginning, and don't nobody take this personal, sometimes we get lazy because there's work entailed when we have to go back to the beginning. Darn, I got to do this again. Like they say about this process is like a repeated cycle. Sometimes we're going to bump our heads quite a few times before we get it right. So we have to continue to keep the process moving, man. And that's why revisiting what we missed is very important. The next one is the rebuild. To rebuild what we've broken. You know what I mean? To put it back together. You know what I'm saying? Who struggles with rebuilding right now? Is there a piece in this process that I struggle with rebuilding? Cutting anybody cutting corners in here? No corner cutters?
Sometimes,
Manipulator?
For rebuilding though, it can make you remember your mistakes and not
Okay.
make them mistakes again.
Okay.
Sometimes rebuild could be a good thing, sometimes it sucks.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times it's gonna suck. Cause a lot of times, okay, I'm gonna give y'all this one. To tie in with that rebuild. Who got the shoulds in here? I should be a lot further along. That shouldn't have happened to me this time. The shoulds, them shoulds is something else, right?
Oh, the woods and the coulds too.
The woods and the
And
coulds.
the shouldn'ts and the what ifs.
That shouldn't have happened to me, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Okay.
think we had Kevin wanted to build on the rebuild thing.
Okay. Go ahead, Kat.
Things I wanted to start on my recovery, I couldn't. And it wasn't because I wasn't going to, it was just the resources that I lost.
Okay. That can play a pivotal
Food
part.
service and transportation, everything. Getting out here from Penn Foundation, which everything was taken care of for me for 28 days.
Right.
I took care of myself before that, but going in there for 28 days made me lazy. Coming out, I didn't have any phone service, and then trying to start over to rebuild to get places. Now I'm out, sort of out of the way now,
Okay.
because we're not actually in Lansdale, so it's a little bit of a hike to get back into town to do contact with, but can't use my phone.
Okay.
So it's just a drawback.
Okay. So sorry about that. There is gonna be some complicated
Yeah.
cases in this process. There is gonna be some uphill battles. But as long as we stay the course and we continue to keep fighting, we will prevail, correct? We will prevail. And there is an answer to that, and there's gonna be a solution. What don't kill us, this makes us stronger, correct? All right. Structure, restructuring. That means we putting new stuff into our foundation. That means I gotta add something to this foundation. I gotta continuously add stuff. That means I can continuously read, study, and apply. Putting new people in my life to help me to restructure. Getting rid of some of those things that cause my foundation to break or crack. And that's really important in the recovery cookbook. You know, restructuring everything. Sometimes everything has to go. You know, and when we don't want everything, who's still struggling with letting it go of some things? Still trying to hold on to that. I can hold on to that. That might not be that bad. Yeah. Everybody can relate to that one? All right. So a lot of things have to go. You know, toxic girlfriend. Who got a toxic girlfriend? No, you got a toxic girlfriend? You let go of her yet? Why you holding on to her? And you know she's toxic.
I don't know.
Comes with its perks.
Now, let me ask this question. You know, I asked a hard question. What perks is worth my recovery?
Wait, that situation.
I'm gonna ask the question again. What perks is worth my recovery process? Me setting me back to having to go back to revisit or have to start all over again? What in that relationship is that imperative that it's gonna make cost me my recovery?
Distress, I would say.
The stress.
Yeah.
I think he missed what I said, didn't he? I think he missed that
That's
by a mile.
What's your
It's all good, bro.
prioritize?
It's all good.
What's your prioritize?
You think a toxic girlfriend is worth your recovery? Which
Oh,
one's
no.
worth more?
Yeah.
Right?
But which one's worth more to you? That's what I'm trying to
The
say.
recovery
I don't know if I
is
said it too
Right,
clearly.
right. But it's all good. It's all good.
Huh?
Recovery is worth more than a girl.
Okay. Okay, so why is it hard to let go of this toxic girl? But it could eventually or may cost me down the road.
The yams.
Okay.
He's being
He's
honest.
real.
He's an honest individual.
Real, brother.
Okay.
We working on my guy. We working
Okay,
on my
well,
guy.
Keep working on you. Because guess what? The yams, guess what? Will have you in the Rams. And it's a trap. It is definitely one of the traps that this thing can set for us if we're not careful. All right? So,
Thank God for your honesty.
thank God for your honesty. That's the yams. All right. We're going to get nice to know about that. Okay. Definitely got to recalibrate, gentlemen, in this process and when our recovery cookbook. Got to recalibrate. Man, what are you talking about recalibrate? It means we got to make some adjustments. We got to make certain adjustments now. That means toxic girlfriend, unhealthy relationships. And it ain't got necessarily to be with a girlfriend.
Right.
It could be with a family member. It could be with a friend. These people I have to recalibrate from because they have not been anything but a hindrance or a shackle on my ankle. So I definitely have to recalibrate. I got to make some adjustments in this process. Anybody still making adjustments? Adjusting to this house. Adjusting to this process. Who's first time in recovery? Anybody first time in recovery? You know you don't have to do this again, gentlemen. You know that, right? They tell us that. We don't have to ever do this again.
I told Kev, for me and Kev, this is his first time, because I talked to Kev about it. And I was like, look, I know I'm saying something weird. It ain't even weird.
Okay.
I was in jail a couple times, in and out. So, like, the first time I was in jail, I ain't never going back.
Mm-hmm.
But I kept going back, being a repeat offender.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I gotta take that, what I used to say, and bring it in here in my recovery, and don't do this again. You know what I mean? Just stay straight. Like, don't be a repeat rehab person. Don't be a repeat recovery person. Like, I want to make this a one-time thing and let that shit just rock. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the adjustment I need to make.
Okay. Amen.
Calibrate myself.
But guess what? In those adjustments, we're gonna have to be disciplined. Who's struggling with discipline? Gotta be disciplined.
Oh, yeah.
Discipline. Gonna have to sacrifice. That means we're gonna have to cut the yams loose, gentlemen. I'm gonna ride my man about that one. Gotta cut the yams loose. That means gotta sacrifice, right? Well, what is another key point, a component that we gotta do in this process in order so we don't come back?
More reading, less television.
More reading, less television. And guess where that takes us to? And I'm gonna kind of jump around because Derek got a big board there. But along with that calibrate, I call this the sleeping giant. You're all giants right now. That means you're revolving. Your mind is opening to what we're talking about. You're innovating new things in your process. You're growing, right? But guess what? What happens when I leave this group? Do I go back to sleep? The guys talked about was good, but you know what? I still like to cut corners. I still like to do what I want to do when I want to do it. You know, going back to sleep, meaning I'm not focusing so much on my process. I'm not reading the way I need to be reading more, studying the more I need to be studying, making meetings the way I need to be making. Am I sitting in the front of the meeting when I go, or am I sitting what they call it, relapse row, which is in the back? Yeah, you know, am I sitting up front, really, really taking what they're saying in, so I don't have to do this again? You know, these are all the things that when I'm a giant, I have to continue to do. If not, I'll go back to sleep. And it's not a physical sleep. I mean, I'll go back to sleep forgetting everything that I was just educated or taught to me. Who in here forgets a lot of stuff? Anybody forgets a lot of stuff? I love touching on stuff like that because these are all pivotal parts in our life. I forgot. But guess what? Did you forget where they sold the coldest beer at? Anybody ever forget that? Who had the biggest monkey chunks? Or the better bag of what they call fentanyl now, or you know, we don't really talk a lot about drugs, but we try to let people know we can forget about what keeps us alive, but we damn sure remember what kills us. That makes sense to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can remember what kills me, but I forget what keeps me alive. And I can then sometimes go back to sleep and forget all of that stuff. So I have to continue to keep my mind flourishing, innovating, so I don't go back to sleep. And where that comes in at, we got reborn. Reborn. That means I gotta make some spiritual changes in here. Who relies on their higher power? A lot. Okay. Who's mad with God right about now? And has the shoulds in their vocabulary. God shouldn't have done this to me. Anybody? This wasn't supposed to be that way.
I had a moment of why.
You had a moment of why? Okay. You wanna elaborate on that? Why?
Not really.
Okay. Well, your choice. Yeah. I understand. But do you know why? You know why you why?
I understand.
Okay, you understand? Okay.
I felt selfish saying that before. I felt selfish thinking that. And
Okay.
I know it's a reason behind everything.
Okay. Did you learn from it?
Yes.
See, the most important part about it, gentlemen, that we're learning from all the things that that's happened in our process. Me, I'm still learning. I got a gentleman that I stay with because I'm in a recovery, well, not in recovery program house anymore. I'm in my own, but we do shared living. And right now he's in active addiction, right? And he has this thing that he thinks he's okay. See, what happens when we take the can off that can of worms? It's hell to get all the worms back in there, right? So how do we do it? We have to continue feeding ourselves. We have to work harder to get those worms back in that jar and get that lid back on. So, and he's not really wanting to do all that, but I have to remember me while in there. Like, I got to continue working on me so I don't get pulled down the same rabbit hole he's going down in. All right. So guess what? Reborn. I gotta do this thing. I gotta do this thing spiritually, and I gotta work harder on me. And once I do get reborn, I can start regaining. Not that material thing, not getting the jewelry back, not getting the Air Jordans back, not getting all those material things that I thought made me. No, I had to regain the relationships with my family, with my kids. Who got kids in here? Everybody got kids? How's your relationship with your kids right about now?
Good.
Rough
Mine
is
are really,
real.
that's really good for me.
Say that again.
It's good for me at the moment.
Good for you at this moment.
It wasn't before, no, not at all. But now it's relatively
Okay.
good. Not as good as it could be, but you know,
Okay, but how are they feeling?
I have no idea.
You haven't talked to them about their feelings.
Well, they're 4 and 6, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, just
Okay.
I would assume that they're okay, you know.
Okay.
But at that point, you don't really know. You
Do you play a pivotal part in their life now?
Yeah. Oh
Let's
yeah.
go around.
Oh,
Okay. Well, okay.
As much as I can, you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very important. Did you have something you want to say about their relationship with your kids?
Yeah, I have 3 out of 7 that are rough.
It's kind of rough.
They don't talk.
7.
Okay. And how's that making you feel? They make you feel like they should be talking to me. I'm recovering now. I'm
No.
working on me now.
I don't feel that way.
Okay.
I feel that I got to work really hard to get back in early family.
Okay. And are we doing that? Are we working harder?
Working on it.
Working on it. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
since they don't want to talk to me face to face, I'm going to have to start writing letters.
Okay. Well, we find whatever means of a way we can get recommunicated with them. But guess what? With that, we have to also let our families heal too. Who's called mom and say, "Yay, mom, I got 30 days clean. Can I get keys to the house now?" Anybody ever said that? I know I did. I used to say that. Oh, I got 60 days. I should be getting keys to the house now, right? I'm cured. I'm well now. Well, guess what? Our families, not only do when we go out, we take them with us. Especially the ones that have a love for us, who have that genuine love and concern for us. We take them with us, whether we know it or not. A lot of times we don't think that way. Well, it's me. I'm out here, not them. No, they go with us. Just like when we go to jail. We go to jail, we take them with us. They might not physically be in there with us, but spiritually and mentally, they're in there with us. Just like in this process. When we go back out, we take them with us. And then we wonder why you feel, and then we hit them with that, why y'all feeling like that? It wasn't you, it was me. But that's again where some self-centeredness takes center stage, you know? But we also understand our families have to heal too. All right, the next thing we're gonna talk about in the recovery cookbook is reteach. This is a hard one right here. He don't know me. He can't tell me nothing. Anybody got that type of mindset or had that mindset? Because being retaught something, I know already. Who in the hell I know every time somebody talks to you? Anybody? I know. It ain't even finished telling you, but I know. I know I used to cut people off. I know already, right? But I kept doing this over again. So did I really know? Quite big one. So it's being retaught. This process is very, very important. And the next one in that recovery cookbook with the is reset. That means I have to reset everything. Everything has to be just like we do with our phones. You know, when that phone start acting up and all this crazy stuff, sometimes we have to restart that phone, reboot that phone, so that it can clear out some of that debris, so it can run properly. The same way we got to do in our process. We got to reset. That means we got to clear out some of that debris that's around us, so that we're able to reset, so we're able to function better. You know what I mean? Everybody can relate to that one. Because guess what, y'all? In this discipline and sacrifice, we got to keep that sleeping giant awake, because in the recovery cookbook, these reads are really important, because if I don't do any of these reads while I'm recovering, I can possibly relapse. And we don't want that, because that means I got to go back to the beginning and start all over again. And for those of us who don't like to start over, this could be very, very pivotal in our process. And then sometimes we can also cut corners when we come back in. And we might not be willing to do everything that's asked of us to do. So it's very important, gentlemen, to know our self-awareness. Once that giant is awake, we got to learn how to have that self-care for ourselves. We got to communicate to the people around us, to our house manager when I'm feeling a certain type of way. I got to have a willingness to do it, and want to do it because I want better for myself. I want better life. Because guess what? We can't do this thing for our kids and our wives and girlfriends. We got to do this for us. Got to do it for us because we can find any excuse when we start doing it for other people, so that we know that we love ourselves. Who in here love themselves today? Love yourselves today? We want better for ourselves. We want a better life. We want a better outcome. So we're going to do better. Because we do better, we get better. Correct? All right, man. Look, I love y'all, man. This was awesome. Derek's going to get in here now with the war with recovery. And that was my recovery book. My recovery cookbook. So I hope that everybody got what they needed from me, man. I love y'all, man. Thanks for allowing me to share.
Thank you.
7 o'clock. Good. All right. Thank God for last night's rest, this morning rise. Thank God for his grace and his mercy. Grace is always giving me what I don't deserve. And mercy is not giving me what I do deserve. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. Woo. How everybody doing?
All right.
All right.
Good.
Okay. My name is Derek McKnight. Organization is called Minds of Men, nonprofit spiritual organization. We don't deal with religion. I'm an immigrant. I'm from Baltimore City. I'm a gypsy. Lived around Philadelphia for 24 years. I'm from baby Afghanistan. All right. I thank God for Mike. Let's give it to Mike, y'all. He's the reason why we're here. That's right. Thank God for Mike. I've been on drugs for 7,300 days. I've been clean for 6,205 days. I got more days dying than I got what? Living. I'm a forensic ghetto black Kojak. see right here, see the tree. We love illustrations. That's real important for me. I'm not a lawyer, all right, not yet, right? But I always talk fruits. It was hard for me to talk what? Roots. Fruits is that I get high. Fruits is I go to prison. Fruits is when she don't shut up, I beat her up. Fruits is I'm depressed, miserable, and I'm a hater. That's the fruit of my tree. But why I get high is the root. Why I put my hands on a woman? The root. Why I'm depressed and miserable is the root. So I got to learn to start talking here. Because if I don't, I can be in another facility for the same reason. Season after season for the same reason. So we're going to go from the brain stem to the chinny chin chin. We're going to beat it like Michael Jackson in 30 minutes. Y'all ready? We're going to continue the fun that DeAndre has started already. Y'all ready? Y'all remember Little Shouts of Horror? Feed me. You remember that? Yeah. These elements right here feed active addiction. These elements feed active addiction. We don't talk about drugs. Drugs don't come get us. We go get it. Alcohol don't come get us. We go get it. So, riddle me this. The quiz, the bonus is what? What's inside of us that caused me to go get death? So let's get into some ingredients. And hope we can get to the bottom of the root of that. And it's the substantial clean time coming from the floor. That's a beautiful thing. So we're going to talk about maintenance. All right, let's get into it. This is going to derail us. Number one, denial. That acronym stands for don't even know I'm lying. Anybody been in denial before? All right. Oh, yeah. Denial is the street. Oh, yeah, denial is the street. All right. And these are the neighbors. Who said they can handle money? When you got money, did the wrong thing with money. Somebody lying. I did, all right? The money was never the problem, right? This is the problem, and this is the problem. When the mind doesn't change and the heart doesn't get circumcised to change, I will always do the wrong thing with this change. Money was never the problem. I'm the problem. But until I get strong holding my money, DeAndre has to be my what? Payee. So I don't DIE with my money. A fool in his money is soon departed. Illegal money always grow wings and fly away. Me and my money was always enemies. Money was never the problem. This is the problem. And this needed to get circumcised so I can solve the problem. Money was never the problem. How about relationships? He touched on it. He was talking about yams. Yeah, relationships, all right? Right. Who tired of masturbation? Who tired of imagination? Yeah. Who want fornication? Right. And be out here gallop on a horse to get out of here. I don't know where we at, but anyway. By any means necessary. You know what I'm talking about? So denial is like, it's like, I'm ready for independence. I said that all the time. I'm ready to go, but I wasn't. Because I got tired of being what? Confined, restricted with rules and regulations. Being with other men. Okay, it's good, it has its place, but listen, my time is up here. I'm ready to bounce. And always say, bye, Derek. Hi, Derek. Bye, Derek. Hi, Derek. I said bye to go get high. Denial. These are the neighbors. Number one, minimizing. Who minimized to keep using? Minimize to stay on the plantation of active addiction.
I only hit 8 cars.
Anybody hear that? Minimize. I OD, but I ain't died. Minimizing. Anybody hear that? Hey, baby, fix your wig. Oh, he smacked you. Damn. Keep crying. Minimizing. Something that's important. Hey, teacher. Yes, Mr. McKnight is here to pick up my kids. What? I know I'm an hour late. Where they at? Hey, landlord, please stop calling my phone. I know I owe you rent money since March. So something that's serious, I don't give it what? No energy. But foolishness, I maximize. I minimize my drug problem to stay right here on the plantation. How about rationalization? Try to make sense out of nonsense. And look for people to sugarcoat your mess. And get mad at the house manager because he don't sugarcoat my mess. I've been there too. Call them program cops. Let's keep moving. My name, damn. Scapegoating. Anybody know what I'm saying? You had my father, you stay high. Had my mother, you'll be in the matrix. Had my family, you will always be in prison. Always find other people to blame so I can stay right here. Scapegoating. How about defiance? Who break rules and regulations? Who don't like policies and procedures? Who don't like code of ethics? Who don't like rules and regulations? Who don't like authority? You're going to do what you want to do when you want to do it. They say, yo, you want to be like that? Leave. Nobody going to kiss your ass. Leave. You complaining? Leave. You don't want to be here? Leave. Get your stuff and pack up and give your bid to somebody who what?
Wants this shit.
Very good. And when they talk to me like that, I humble right on up. I ain't going nowhere. Anyway, how about my grandiosity? Anybody had the case of the big heads? Like you talking about know everything. Here, a walking encyclopedia. A walking thesaurus. I've been there too. Grandiosity. How about comparing? Listen, I got clean clothes on. I got me a job. Listen, I got a bank account. My car's still running. I got gas in my car. I got a sweatsuit on. I still got my girl, still got my family, but I'm still using. Comparing to stay here on a plantation of active using.
They smoke crack, I snort coke.
Comparing. Very good.
They shoot dope, I sniff it.
Comparing. You smoke K too, I smoke weed.
Comparing.
Yeah, you a Democrat. I'm a Republican.
No.
Here we go.
Who worried about Trump in January? I don't care. We still gonna recover. I ate through the Carter administration. Yeah, I was alive then. Yeah, Bush administrations. It didn't matter who was in the White House because I know who my president is, the true president. But anyway, I didn't get into that because these don't talk about politics. There's always a power behind the power. Defense mechanism. Who got their walls up? Who got trust issues? Yes. He talk a good game. He seemed like he can, but I don't trust him. Everybody hear that? He didn't lie to nobody in here. He ain't embezzling money. I still don't trust him. If you don't trust the help, where do we get help from? If I don't trust the help, where do help come from? High power work through people. If I don't trust people, I miss my help. I miss my help. Defense mechanism. Who in here went to Home Depot or Lowe's before you got here with invisible money? And you bought invisible bricks and cement and you went into your room and barricaded yourself in there and put down cement and more invisible bricks and more invisible cement and more invisible bricks, more invisible cement and more invisible bricks, more invisible cement and more invisible bricks, and you just made yourself a what? And I'm hiding. Joe Pesci's in here from Goodfellas. They can dish it, but they can't take it.
That's good.
Silence of the what? Lamb. Verbally what? Constipated. I could talk about everybody else except who? Is that dangerous? Yes, it is. And if I do talk, it's here, but never here. Mm-hmm. How about this right here? Our program gangsters. They come through here? Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Not too much. Not too much. Not too much.
Now, you know what I'm talking about? Coming here and moving furniture. Come some cats that institutionalized, like Shawshank Redemption. Yeah. Their room look like prison. They walk like they're still in jail. You know what I'm talking about? And my uncle stayed in jail. You hear me? Do 6 years, come home. Do 2 months, freedom, go back in jail.
Yep.
Yo, in jail for like a year, come back in jail next week.
Yep.
In prison, can make it. Society. Problems.
Yep.
And they try to mix jail with treatment. It don't work.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay that you've been in jail. We're not taking that from you. We can't. But my whole thing is don't bring jail in here. This is not Friday fights or cage match. This is a recovery facility. We all sick. Getting our lives together. How about inappropriate humor? Who laugh and joke because you hide in pain? Anybody hear that? This is my mask. This is my pain. This is my mask. This is my pain. This is the mask. So I come in like this. I leave like this. Have babies like this. I talk like this. I have fun like this. Watch the football games like this. Watch the Eagles like this. My pain is here, but my mask is here. Inappropriate humor, dominoes in pain, spades in pain, pinochle in pain, shooting pool in pain, having fun and shopping in pain. Big piece, right? Inappropriate what humor. How about intellectualization? Brainiac dum-dums. Any smart dummies in here? I put my hand up on that right there. Got all the information, but don't apply it. What's up with that? I can give you good information, but I don't take the medicine that I gave you. So you live and I die. Spiritually, denial, don't even know I'm lying. The first ingredient that feeds active addiction. Defense mechanism feeds it also. Who got cocky, got knocked out like Rocky? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not physically knocked out. We're talking about it's spiritually knocked out, emotionally knocked out. Everybody hear that? Showing off and bragging. And you know, you like you say, your back pockets touching. Skinny as a pencil once again. Who took their underwears off and heard noise?
I lost my belt.
That's my story. That's my story. All right, okay. Socks. You take the socks off, you heard noise. Had on that long. Who remember getting drugs? Like from the beginning, it was dark outside. We've been out there all day just to get $10. You remember those days? And when you got the $10, you got burnt.
Those are thoughts you don't want to go back to.
That's why they say play your tape what?
All the way through.
Don't play with this. When you have a good day, have a good sunny. What's this right here, guys? What's this? What's this, DeAndre? What's this?
Oh, it's a nut farm. Never go up there unsupervised.
Yes. When the thoughts start coming, it always take me to the what? The good times. When we had the girls, when we had the money, when we did everything we wanted to do, and when we wanted to do it. But I gotta grab my mind from where it stops at and take it to when my mother was crying. Play your tape all the way through. When the kids say, "Who's that? That's your father." Is it?
Yeah.
Play your tape all the way through. When someone was behind Dunkin' Donuts looking for food, McDonald's, Pizza Hut, y'all eat that.
Mm-hmm.
Play your tape all the way through. That's big. Have a home and don't even go home.
That was me, incapable of living in my home.
Play your tape all the way through. When those bright ideas start popping back up in your head. Get cocky, get knocked out.
That's another question, Derek. Who counsel themselves?
Uh-oh.
Anybody? I know I used to try to counsel myself.
What you used to say to yourself?
Oh man, man, it ain't that bad. You'll get through it. You can do one. It won't hurt. It's not gonna be that bad this time. You just stop. Counseling myself.
Nobody cares about your feelings.
Yeah.
Madness.
Yeah.
We sugarcoat our own mess, right? We die in silence. Men don't lie. Men don't cry. That's a lie. Nobody here is Iron Man or Batman. You know what I'm talking about? Listen, we humans. We're not robots. Robots don't cry. Humans do. Humans do. Who's closed-minded? He's Caucasian, I'm black. I'm not listening. He's not listening. He's the house manager. We're clients. But in the shooting gallery in the crack house, we was the United Nations. Nobody cared. I didn't give a care how old you was.
Can I use your lighter?
We died together and coming out of the death chambers. Then we have indifference problems. Everybody hear that? Oh, he got intellectual disabilities. I try to keep repeating myself to him. Listen. That's why you gotta have sympathy and empathy. Very important. All right, that's the positive stuff right here. Who's complacent? Who's not living yet? You existing, but you're not living. There's a difference. Right. To live and exist. Exist means we're breathing. That's it.
Emotions.
Right. But living is stuff we talk to it and cultivate things in our lives now.
Planting new seeds.
Yes. It's
Letting
okay.
the sunlight in. Watering that plant so that we can flourish.
And if you feel stuck like that, it's okay. Just keep talking about it. Anybody hear that? You got to give up the tapes like Richard Nixon. All right, keep moving. All right. How about blaming and complaining? They first cousins. Blaming and complaining on first cousins.
It's your fault I'm in here. It's my fault. It's your fault I use all the time. Blaming.
You blame, brother?
I complain.
Yeah,
That's my main one.
Complaining.
This shouldn't be like this. This shouldn't be like
Oh,
that.
that ain't
It
what
would
we
be
did.
this
Shouldn't
way.
it?
If I ran it, it'd be this way and that way. I don't run it, so
Food should be hotter.
Yeah,
I should
or it
have
should be
more
colder. It
food.
don't matter if it's hot. It should be cold. If it's cold, it should be hot. When I'm in my addict thinking, I get into that way a lot. That's one of my main character defects that I'm working on.
Good.
What's your name?
Mike,
What's that clean, Mike?
5.5 months.
Hey,
Right.
Mikey.
Mike said something really key. That's why, Mike, we shouldn't come up here unsupervised. And that's why it's good to always have somebody to run stuff past. Anybody run stuff past people? You see if that's a good or bad idea? You think it's a good idea for me to go down and rob that Wawa? And if somebody co-signs that, we might be robbing that Wawa and then we end up over there on State Road somewhere because we didn't run it past anybody. Yeah, really important to run things past people.
That's important, y'all. That's important. All right? Because we start believing what we know up here. We start believing it. Blaming and what? Complaining. Definitely feed active addiction. How about liars in here? Who lie about commission? Everything on my lips is a what? Lie. When people lie, people die. Is that true? When people lie, people die. Anybody remember 9/11? Loose change. Watch the documentary. You'll love it. Loose change. Powerful. How a lot of people died off of what? Lies. And come to find out, they said Dick Cheney ran Halliburton. And Bush ran the Carlisle Group. And firefighters was on their back to Manhattan Hospital, said they heard explosions in the building. Demolition experts said, that's when they saw the footage, they said that's how we blow up casinos and that's how we blow up projects. And the World Trade Centers went down the same way. When people lie, people die. Then you watch Panama 88 with Bush father when they invaded Panama in 1988. And the Panamanians couldn't even get out because, anyway, you'll watch that. But when people lie, people die. And they invaded a sovereign country on the lies of weapons of what? Over 3,000 soldiers lost their lives. People lie. Who had a Wizinator? Anybody had a Wizinator in here? Yeah. How long you had yours for?
So I went to jail.
Wizanators. All right, Wizanators. Lies. I ain't high. Get the cup. Cup come, can't be. Lies. I'm lying. To lie by assent. Who had their fingers crossed when you was talking to the judge? Your Honor, I'm a changed man. Your Honor, you won't see me again. Your Honor, I'm done. Your Honor, I'm resurrected. Your Honor, I've been emancipated. But soon, listen, back onto the races. How about anger? Anybody get angry? Anger is a second emotion. Something makes us angry. Who get mad at their higher power? Higher power is first. Byproduct, anger from a higher power. Mothers. Some people get mad at your moms. Mom is primary. Here comes anger. I'm mad at my father. My father is primary. Anger is the byproduct of my father.
Yeah. Yes.
Some people are still mad at the grave. People that's dead and gone and still angry. They're primary. Anger is always a second emotion. Baby mama drama. Who mad at themselves because they're here. I'm first. and I'm still mad at me. Especially if I can't forgive myself. I'm really trapped up right here in the psych ward. Anger. Who suppressed the anger then explode later? Anybody suppress then explode? Is that dangerous?
Absolutely.
Very good. You bring childhood in here, adolescence in here, teenage years in here, man issues in here, abuse in here, unaddressed. And I've been holding it and stuffing it. And somebody say, good morning. And that be it. And go off on somebody. Because somebody might step on your shoes. Who got road rage in here? My mom said you could be dead right. Everybody heard that before? I'm going. He said he gonna take it. I said, no, not today. I'm tired of that madness. And I wind up dying. Dead right. Who knows good and healthy to think for another person? Is that true? Because if you are alpha male and I'm an alpha male and I can see things brewing, quiet as kept, I gotta know when to, I gotta know my place. I gotta know to stay cool. Because I watch how men treat other men. That's how I get down. Because if you disrespect him, I'm next. You disrespect him, I'm next. Disrespect him, I'm next. Disrespect him, I'm next. Watch how cats treat other cats. You're next. Because nobody's better than nobody in here. And we all live in glass houses, so nobody should be throwing what? Stones. Suppressed anger, holding like, who's passive aggressive? Who plot and scheme? Sneaky individuals. They don't come direct, they come indirect. Sometimes they sell wolf tickets but can't fight. Sometimes they'll cuss us out but can't read or write. Sometimes when a woman pisses us off, we don't beat up on our woman, we get them back with rough sex. Passive aggressive. Till she hurts, just to make her feel the way she made me feel. Passive aggressive. Who's aggressive when you get angry? Who broke their cell phone and didn't have insurance? I've done that. Yes. Who did a power play and walked out of programs? Yeah, I've done that too. Yeah, I've done that too. If I'm talking, well, everybody listen to me when I'm talking, but when you talk, I walk. Anger. How about ignorance? Ignorance means what?
Not knowing.
Very good. Who don't know what the disease of addiction, the attributes of the disease of addiction, how it moves. It's insidious, not the movie. You know about the word insidious? Who looked that word up before? Insidious. What does that mean? Insidious. It means it develops. And what? Before we know it, what? Has manifested. It's progressive, not the insurance commercial. It develops in what? Stages. This is what I suffer from. It's chronic, not Dr. Dre. We ain't smoking no weed in here. But it's what? Long lasting. Just when you thought it was over, here it comes again. It's baffling. Stop doing dope, now I'm doing coke. Stop the coke, now I'm a perkite. Stop being a perkite, now I'm doing my Xanniite. Stop drinking, now I'm in jail. Stop, now I come out of jail, now I'm selling drugs. Keep me baffled on how to get off this rat race called active addiction. And it's what? Fatal. The disease of addiction, when everybody in here in a casket with the same eulogy that says if they would have just stopped drinking and drugging, they would not be dead in this casket before their time. The disease of addiction. Ignorance is expensive. Not to know what we suffer from is very expensive. Anybody love dogs in here? I got 14 dogs. I got 13 dogs. One of my dogs just passed away. He was 84 years old in dog years, 20-some years old in what human years. And my man Charlie. But Parvo killed 5 of my dogs 3 years ago because I didn't know enough about Parvo. And Parvo's are the disease that attacks the dogs, hit their intestines, and when they go to the bathroom, blood comes out. And I lost 2 of my dogs, and 3 of them had to go to an animal rescue shelter. Ignorance is expensive. Now I know about Parvo. Now I know about the disease of addiction, but not to know is expensive. How about boredom? Who get bored in here? How do you kill your boredom so boredom don't kill us? How do we kill boredom so boredom don't kill me? I'm bored and I'm idle. You know my idle time? So I'm doing nothing and I'm talking nothing. Doing nothing and listening to nothing. I'm in trouble. I'm bored and idle. Anybody been there before? How about resentments? Who holding grudges? Who holding grudges? Against who? Can you let it go? Easy said and done?
Yeah.
Who's the best to give karma? Do y'all believe that? What happens when we put our hands in it? What happens? Who got revenge on their hearts? When I see them, it's on. You better believe it. I don't care who they with. It's on. But when I move with that type of mindset and got alibis who validate how I'm feeling, all of us can get in trouble and really mess it up and wind up hurting somebody who had nothing to do with my what? My resentments or my revenge tactics. For me, I give it to my higher power because hurt people hurt people. Don't take every attack personal. Easy said than done. Because a lot of us, we go from an eye for an eye and a tooth for. How about depression? Anybody get depressed in here? Can that cause us to get high again and drink again when we depressed?
Yeah.
Who remember Robin Williams? When he died, listen, I got emotional because I thought I was funny. Robin Williams was naturally funny. Who remember Mork and Mindy? He was in the audition line standing on his head. They found him in a closet after he did Jumanji, after he did Good Morning Vietnam, after he did Miss Doubtfire, after he did RV, after he did The Angriest Man in Brooklyn, after he did Popeye, after he did Patch Adams, after he did Awakening with Robert De Niro, after he did Insomnia with Al Pacino, after he did Good Dead Poet Society, and Good Will Hunting, classic. Made the world laugh, but inside he was depressed. Depression is serious. Depression sleeps on the top bunk. Suicidal ideation sleeps on the what? Bottom bunk. So if I don't address depression, I can slip into suicidal ideations. That's very important. That's very important. How about the guy Anthony Bourdain from CNN News, going from country to country, eating elaborate foods, no longer here? How about the guy who's a DJ for Alan DeGeneres? No longer here. Kurt Cobain. They said that was, that still stinks. That situation, how he died. But depression is real. Who remember Wall Street? Money Never Sleeps, the second one. When the cat found out that the company was going under, he had breakfast with his wife, put his coat on, grabbed the New York Times, went down under the subway, sat down, wait for the train to come, heard the train coming, got up and walked right in front of the train. I'll give you a true story about depression. One guy was a billionaire. I think he was from Germany or Russia. He was a European. And come to find out his stocks dropped. So he was a billionaire, now he's a millionaire. Y'all hear that? Mm-hmm. And he walked in front of a train and took his life. And weeks later, his stocks went right back up. Suicide is a permanent decision
for a temporary solution.
Everybody hear that? And it all starts from what? Depression. And you got to go deeper than depression, find out why you still depressed. Is it childhood? Is it death? It's very important. Those roots cannot stay there. You got to uproot them and substitute them with something spiritual. How do we stay jail-free, drug-free, stress-free, sucker-free? Practice spirituality. Ingredient number one, medication number one, 100 milligrams of prayer. Who pray in here? You feel better when you pray? Who had foxhole prayers?
Hope that coke ain't soap.
Yeah. Foxhole prayers. Who dropped a dime bag of crack in the snow? Woo. That's been my story. And my hands became shovels.
Who had the flashing lights behind
them. Driving dirty. And went right past you. Who had sex unprotected and prayed me to get up with the alphabets? Foxhole prayers. Then our prayers are what? Sincere. How about patience? Who working on patience? Who's snoring here? Roommate snores. Sound like Darth Vader from Star Wars. Take their shoes off and light the whole unit up. Patience begins right here. Who like to go fishing? Patience. Who go to PennDOT? Been in PennDOT after 10 o'clock. Patience. Who
not
been
on
locked
Mondays
up?
though. Don't go Mondays. They're not open on Mondays.
Patience. Who been to Chick-fil-A?
Right.
You
not
waiting.
on Sundays.
You waiting.
Sundays.
Who got kids that have ADHD? Patience. Patience for that. Patience for this. Patience for that. Gotta have patience for this here. Lose patience, we become
impatient.
Right
back to impatient.
That's real. Stay in prayer. Stay patient. How about persevering? Who have drug dreams, drinking dreams? Do you get drunk in your dreams, or you wake up before you drink or use drugs? Nightmare on Crack Street. Don't go to sleep. Hey, what?
I was about to say, like, I used to have drug dreams, and it was like as soon as like whatever I was doing, as soon as I was about to like when we get high and drunk, right? We all remember that when we was using. Now that we're in sobriety, you look back, it's like, as as soon as you put it in your system, you know what to expect, like of the feeling or whatever the heck's going on. So what would happen is in my dreams, whether I be smoking drugs or drinking, as soon as my mind is about to flip the script to being non-sober, I wake up. And right before I'm about to feel the feeling of being high off of anything, I'll wake right up. Right before I feel it. I think maybe it's like a blessing in disguise. Like I'm not supposed to feel that no more because I've been feeling it for so long. Maybe, you know what I mean? I don't want to feel that. I don't want to feel that. But that's how my drug dreams were. As soon as I was about to feel non-sobriety, right when I thought I was going to feel the high, I'd wake right up. And I'd be like, did I leave the house last night? No, there's no way because my door's closed. I don't, you know what I mean? I was half tempted because there's cameras on the property. It's like, should I call him and ask him whether I left the house or not? Because that was real. Like, it was like how we were having this conversation right now. It's like so surreal. And it's like odd that like I could even remember my dreams when I wake up because I remember way back when. I don't even know I had a dream nightmare or not. I just remember waking up, fall asleep. You know, everything's different.
Okay. Dreams remind me of two things. What I used to be in, thank God I'm not in it, or what I want to go back to. How we see it is how we what? Treat it. How many guys in here can see a king inside of an alcoholic? How many of you can you see a king inside of an alcoholic or a crackhead? Can you see him? He's in there. How many guys in here can see a queen inside of a dope fiend? She's in there. Give you an example, true story. My mother never talked to the crackhead. She never talked to the junkie. She talked to the king, trapped in the junkie. Dirk, I love you. Dirk, I didn't give birth to no bum. Dirk, God love you. Dirk, your father love you. Dirk, your brother love you. Dirk, when you want to start loving yourself? It's so many gifts and talents inside of you. She always talked to the king that was trapped inside of the junkie. And that helps me not to be judgmental when I see people out there with signs in their hands. Or looking like Bigfoot or werewolf or what, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Not to judge them. For the grace of God, there go I, asking to pump your gas or carry your groceries. I'm not exempt. Stay in prayer. Stay patient. Persevere through all storms. Stay humble. Keep asking for what?
Help.
Very good. How about you? How about somebody talking slick in here? Trash their ass or give them a pass? Invite them outside, or give them a pass. They're just talking.
Because you never want to jeopardize your process on the whims of somebody's else's behavior.
Y'all probably have a good batch here, but I used to always get excited when my roommate leaves. I got my room finally. And God always send me a roommate straight from hell. Intrusive, all in your oils, trying on your sneakers, like the talented Mr. Ripley. But anyway. And you gotta check this dude before things get crazy. You know what I'm talking about? But like I say, man, listen, if there's no storm going right now, it's coming. Get ready. Get ready. But remember, be bigger than words. See, when a man don't know how to get out, he act out. So cats who talk sarcastically, real sarcastic in their tone, right? Belittling, they superior, you inferior. Cats like that, you gotta look right past that. Ignore that. Do not be sucked in by what? Negativity.
So most of the time, they're wearing a mask anyway.
Exactly. When a man doesn't know how to get out, he acts out. Don't take it personal. Stay humble. Be bigger than words. How about forgiveness? Is it for them or for us?
For us.
Easy said than what?
Done.
Who still duct tape to guilt and shame?
Shame is how I feel. Guilt is how I feel.
Guilt is what I did. Shame is how I what? How I feel. Who know what you did in the storm? It's not who you is after the storm. I broke up my mother's house, took the camcorder, microwave, DVD, and the checkbook. My TV wasn't that big. So my mama had a TV with the ass on the back before flat screens. You remember those TVs? Yep. Yeah, and I was walking to the pawn shop. Hot as hell, got a full-length coat on. Back in Baltimore, waving the neighbors. Out my rabbit. I remember working at Wendy's at the drive-thru, smoking crack. Had a crack pipe on my side. Had Vicky pants on. They always got a pocket right here, right? True story. And I remember my break was 30 minutes. I had to run from here. I don't know where I'm at, right? Run here to damn near to Royal Farms. I can give that example. Then I'm out of breath. And when I get up there, Dime's out. Yo, Dime's out. Yo, is the dimes out, man? Where the dimes at? I gotta hurry and get back to work. Yo, they are? Come on, let's go. And I remember copping, then haul assing, then walking. Haul assing, then walking. Haul assing, then walking. Haul assing, then walking. Then I'm back at my store. There's somebody in the bathroom. Come on, man, get out of there. And then they come out the bathroom, right? And I can't even breathe. Ain't no air in my lungs. I'm lighting up. I'm loading up. Can't even breathe. Hey, I got the light up. Blow the light out. MacGyver in the bathroom. They're trying to hurry up. 5 minutes. Then I'm scared. Then they banging on the door. Then I put the headphones on backwards. Now I'm in the drive-thru. Taking orders wrong, right? Then I got a crack pipe on the side of my leg, burning my leg. Then the manager looking at me, right this. Get your ass out of here. Go home. Insanity.
Mm-hmm.
Play your tapes.
All the way through.
That's just one of them. We all got stories. But anyway. Lord ever forgive. What I did out there is know who I am in here. We can laugh today, we can what? Identify. How about accept to surrender? We will never surrender until we first got what? Acceptance. Is that true? Mm-hmm. Some of us love the lifestyle. And we got to accept the fact that the lifestyle doing what?
Love us.
That's real. Some of us get bored.
Mm.
I'm in West Philadelphia. It was a Chinese lady out there when I first moved over there by Malcolm X Park. She was out there doing Tai Chi with balance. I seen on television, but she was out there at 75 years old doing Tai Chi. What do we do when we stop selling drugs or stop using, stop drinking? What do we do? Some of us are bored. We don't know what to do. Feed the squirrels? Chase raccoons? What do we do? Power walk in the mall like senior citizens, 5 o'clock in the morning? What do we do now that we're sober? Some of us get bored.
And then just to tack on with that boredom, how about we might be at peace?
Yeah.
We finally might be at peace. Because for those of us that ran, we get in here, we're at peace finally. Our minds are at peace. But guess what, y'all? We can get bored within our peace, but identifying and know the difference between the two. Once I get bored, I have to be able to allow myself to entail more information. I mean, I got to continue to read, make meetings, apply what I'm learning so that I don't get bored, so that my peace doesn't become, a reason I go out and set myself up for a failure. Yeah.
Faith. Who got faith your life will get better? Faith without works is what?
Dead.
Very good. Information with no application equals verbal masturbation. But information plus application equals internal transformation. I get the books, I read the books, I study and apply the books, watch your life ascend. But read the books and don't do nothing with the information, watch we become mannequins.
And Macy's.
Or Family Dollar.
Damn, Family Dollar got mannequins.
We mannequins. Talking good but not living good. And the last one, purpose. Find your purpose, you find your passion. That's big. For me, I'm not a lawyer. I don't speak for people, I speak for myself. But what I believe is men, when they know their purpose, their life start to what? Illuminate. You be stimulated because you know your purpose, you know what your higher power put you on earth to be. I wanted to be a comedian. I was in Dundalk. I had slingshot underwears on. Y'all remember the tighty whities, the Tarzan underwears? I had those on. I had a cape on my chest. And I came out there, people laughed, but they didn't laugh at the jokes. They laughed at what? My appearance. And God looked through the closet and said, yo, put your clothes back on. Don't you ever
do that again.
And I wanted to be a rapper. And God said, drop the mic. You fake killer. You ain't killing nothing. Shut up. And when I started doing this in the year 2006 on the Bunk and Stop and Surrender in a recovery program, I used to speak for applause. And I heard Farrakhan said, if you speak for applause, you'll get it. But you don't edify nothing. You don't get no glory for that. You don't help nobody because you're doing it for yourself. So now I had to let my higher power speak through me to help edify, equip, motivate, and spiritually, mentally stimulate the hearts of men, women, and children. Find your purpose, you find your passion, and you never work again. Certified peer specialists, right in here. Coaches, right in here. People want to mentor young kids, right in here. Doctors in here. Cooks in here. Find your purpose, you find your passion, and you never work again. And the last one is agape love. The most powerful element on this board is self-love.
Right there.
And who disagree? Who love themselves today? A
Mm.
man who love himself, would he get high again?
Nope.
Would he take a drink again? Because what? He loved himself. And if I love this temple, I won't put no poison in it. That's a contradiction. So we come in love and we leave in love. All right? Love is a noun, but it's also a what?
Action word too.
It's a verb.
Mm.
My ex-wife said her mother never said she loved her, but she showed her that she loved her. She had food, she had clothing, and she had shelter. Her baby daddy said, I love you, but he used to beat her ass. Because some guys who are abusive try to hide, get the woman that's what?
Vulnerable.
Yes. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Anybody been abusive? Thank God I don't got no sisters. Because I probably would not be here right now. For real. You put your hand. One time to put on might be like Sonny from The Godfather. But that would got him killed, his anger. Love The Godfather. His anger got him killed. But Michael lived. Because Michael was angry, but he was strategic on his anger. You see, because, you play chess. Sonny played checkers. They knew, attack the sister, Sonny's coming. Say something off the way, Sonny's coming. But Michael, you didn't know how he was coming. A lot of Jews in The Godfather. As I grew up spiritually, now I understand more clearly. We had a great time.
Mm-hmm.
We had a great time. Anybody looking for work? Are y'all working already? Y'all good?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. Your hand was up? Okay, I thought
All
your
right.
hand was up.
What you got in mind? What you got in mind?
Oh, about jobs?
Yeah.
Well, we in Philadelphia.
For those
so.
who like the Eagles, you ain't too far from there, Trinity staff, and they'll get you inside of the games.
Mhm.
And that's what the Eagles, the Flyers, and the Sixers. And the city council passed an agreement to build
A new stadium.
arena
For the Sixers.
for the Sixers.
Who's losing?
And Chinatown, and I am so angry that they're going to do that. If anybody been out Center City, you look how tight Chinatown is. They're going to knock all that back.
A lot of people are pissed about it.
I don't believe Sherelle Parker. All that yelling and screaming about she loved this and all that, and even to be on board. The billionaire should have used that money to give back to make the city a better place. Not to build no damn stadium for some bum ass players. Win a championship and then we can talk. Let me digress. I'm real passionate in here about that right there. I don't like foolishness, but look.